We begin with that arrest in Arkansas after a horrible crime.
This is the guy they were looking for.
A 5-day manhunt is over. Authorities have arrested 28-year-old school teacher.
Hey guys, imagine you're out hiking with your family, sun's shining, kids are giggling. It's one of those days you want to bottle up forever. That's what Clinton and Cristen Brink thought they were getting on July 26, 2025, when they took their two little girls to Devil's Den State Park in Arkansas. Just a normal Saturday, a new adventure in a new town, but in a heartbeat, that day turned into a nightmare that shook an entire state. Clinton and Cristen were brutally murdered on that trail, right in front of their daughters, in a place where families are supposed to feel safe. This helm, it's not just the violence, it's the love, the sacrifice. Clinton fighting for his family, Cristen risking everything to save her girls. And the guy who did this? A teacher, someone you trust with your own kids. How does that even happen? I've been digging into this story for weeks, and it's one I can't shake. We're going to walk through every moment, the day it happened, the desperate hunt for a killer, and a community still searching for answers. This isn't just a crime story, it's about real people, real pain, and a fight for justice that's still going on. So, let's get into it, because Clinton and Cristen deserve to have their story told right. Alright, let's go back to that day. Devil's Den State Park is this gem in northwest Arkansas, tucked in the Ozarks. It's got everything: waterfalls, caves, trails that make you feel like you're in a postcard. Families love it. You've got kids running around, parents snapping photos, campers roasting marshmallows. That's where Clinton and Cristen Brink were on July 26, 2025 with their two youngest daughters ages 7 and 9. They'd just moved to Prairie Grove, a small town about 10 miles away, chasing a fresh start. And this hike? It was supposed to be one of those perfect family moments. Clinton was 43, a guy who'd do anything for his family. He was about to start a new job at Highland Dairy in Fayetteville, driving a milk truck. Friends said he was the kind of dad who'd be out in the driveway fixing his girls' bikes or sneaking them extra ice cream. Cristen, 41, was a nurse, and let me tell you, she was something special. She'd worked in ERs in Montana and South Dakota, and people who knew her couldn't stop talking about her heart. One nurse told the Washington Post that Cristen once stayed late to hold a scared patient's hand, singing softly to calm them down. That's who she was, kind, fierce, the mom who'd drop everything for her kids. The Brinks had 3 daughters, but that day, it was just the 2 youngest with them. They picked the Devil's Den Trail, a 5-mile loop that's not too hard, great for families. It was a Saturday, mid-80s, sunny, with other hikers out enjoying the park. The Brinks probably had a backpack with snacks, water, maybe some band-aids for scraped knees. They'd only been in their new house since July 16th when their water got hooked up. Everything was coming together. New job, new town, new memories, until about half a mile into the trail, everything fell apart. Picture this, the trail gets quieter here, trees closing in, no cell service. It's just you and nature. Around 2 p.m., a man came out of nowhere. He had a knife and he went straight for Clinton. This wasn't a quick scuffle, it was vicious. Multiple stab wounds, fast and brutal. Clinton fought back, you can feel it. He was a dad protecting his wife, his girls, but the attack was relentless and he collapsed, blood soaking the dirt. I can't even imagine what Cristen felt seeing her husband go down, but she didn't panic. She grabbed her daughters and got them out of there, maybe to a cluster of rocks, maybe into the brush. She saved them, and then, God, this part gets me every time. Cristen went back. She ran back to Clinton, probably thinking she could help him, maybe hoping to fight the guy off. That's love, right? The kind that doesn't think twice. But the attacker was still there, and he turned on her. Cristen was stabbed, just as savagely, and she fell beside Clinton. Both were gone in minutes, their bodies left on the trail. Those 2 little girls, 7 and 9, were alone now, hiding, waiting. I keep thinking about them, how scared they must have been, but they held it together. A hiker found them, made sure they were safe, and called for help. Police got the call at 2:40 p.m., but Devil's Den is remote, no bars on your phone, no quick way to get help. It wasn't until 8:40 p.m. that Arkansas State Police confirmed what happened. A double murder, one of the worst they'd seen. The scene was heartbreaking. Clinton and Cristen had multiple stab wounds, so violent the coroner called it heinous. But here's the thing, the killer messed up. He cut himself during the attack, leaving his blood behind. That DNA was about to become everything. The girls, bless their hearts, gave police a description through their tears. A white guy, medium build, long sleeve shirt, dark pants, baseball cap, sunglasses. fingerless gloves, black backpack. Those details from kids who just lost their world were about to spark a manhunt that gripped Arkansas. The park went quiet as the news spread. Devil's Den isn't just a park, it's a community hub near the University of Arkansas, Walmart's headquarters. People couldn't believe it. A family attacked in broad daylight. It felt personal, like nowhere was safe anymore. Clinton and Cristen weren't just names in a headline, they were parents, heroes, people who fought for their kids. And now, police had to find the person who took them away. What happened next was a race against time, and trust me, you're not gonna believe who they caught. Okay, so the Brinks are gone, their daughters are safe but heartbroken, and Devil's Den is a crime scene. Arkansas State Police are all over this, and let me tell you, they're not messing around. This wasn't just a murder, it was a violation of everything people hold dear. A family attacked in a park? That's the kind of thing that makes you lock your doors at night. The Criminal Investigation Division took charge, with the FBI's Little Rock team backing them up. Park rangers, local cops, they're all in because this guy's still out there and no one knows if he's coming back. The first few hours were tough. The trail where it happened is deep in the park. No cell service, no easy access. Police got there around 2:40 p.m. But it took until that night to process the scene. What they found was brutal. Clinton and Kristen's wounds told a story of a frenzied attack, the kind that makes even veteran cops pause. But the killer left something behind, his own blood, probably from a slip of the knife or a struggle with Clinton. That blood went straight to the state crime lab, and it was their golden ticket. Then there were the girls' descriptions. I mean, these kids, 7 and 9, had just seen their parents die, and they still gave police something solid. A white man, medium build, long-sleeved shirt, dark pants, baseball cap, sunglasses, fingerless gloves, black backpack. Other hikers saw him too. One told CBS News about a guy with blood on his face, jumping into a black sedan, maybe a Mazda, with tape over the license plate, peeling out on Highway 170 or 2020. That car became the key. Police knew they had to find it fast. By Sunday, July 27th, the manhunt was in full swing. Arkansas State Police released a composite sketch, and it's chilling. Short hair, sunglasses, cap, like he was trying to disappear into the crowd. They also shared a blurry photo of a guy walking away from the trail, caught by someone's camera. Then they did something brilliant. They asked the public for help. They said, if you were at Devil's Den this weekend, check your phone, your GoPro, your dash cam. And people showed up big time. Over 500 tips came in, some from as far as Washington State. One guy said he saw a similar man at a gas station. Another sent a video of a black car speeding by. Every call brought them closer. Searching Devil's Den was no joke. It's 2,500 acres. Think caves, cliffs, trails that twist into nowhere. Police were out there combing through brush, checking campsites, even peering into caves, wondering if the guy was hiding. The FBI was running forensics, rushing that DNA test. Meanwhile, the black sedan kept popping up. A Springdale local, about 30 miles away, spotted a black Kia Stinger with a taped-over plate. Not a Mazda, a Kia. That was the break they needed. Police traced the car and it led them to a name, Andrew James McGann. Now, this is where it gets crazy. McGann was 28, a former elementary school teacher. Yeah, the guy who's supposed to be reading storybooks to kids. He graduated from Oklahoma State in 2022, taught 5th grade in Oklahoma and Texas, and had just moved to Springdale. He was hired as a teacher candidate for Springdale Public Schools but hadn't started yet. Back in Texas, in 2023, he'd been put on leave. Something about classroom management maybe favoring certain kids, but nothing criminal. He resigned, moved on, kept teaching, no record, no red flags. So how does someone like that end up a murderer? It's the kind of twist that makes your stomach drop. July 30th, day 5 of the manhunt, was when it all came together. Police tracked McGann to Lupita's beauty salon and barbershop in Springdale. It's 4:57 p.m. and this guy's just sitting there, getting a haircut. Like he didn't just destroy a family. NBC News got the surveillance footage. Officers walk in, calm but firm, ask about the Kia Stinger, mention the blood they found inside. McGann doesn't fight, doesn't run. They cuff him and he's gone. At the station, he confesses, says he did heinous acts. The DNA matches, blood from his hands, cut during the attack. They search his house, find clothes, a backpack, more blood. The knife, still unclear if they got it, but they didn't need it. The case was airtight. The community could finally breathe, but now the questions were louder than ever. Why did he do it? Was it really random? What makes a teacher snap like that? As Megan sat in a cell, the Brinks family and all of Arkansas were looking for answers and justice. Let's see what happened next, because this story is about so much more than a confession. Alright, so Andrew Megan's in custody, the DNA is a match, and he's confessed to the murders of Clinton and Cristen Brink. It's a huge moment. After 5 days of fear, the guy who turned a family hike into a tragedy is behind bars. But if you think catching him closed the book on this, you're wrong. This is where the real fight begins. For justice, for closure, for 3 little girls who lost their parents, and for a community that's still picking up the pieces. Let's dive into what happened next, because this part, it's what makes this case so much more than a headline. On August 1st, 2025, Megan walks into a Washington County courtroom, and it's like the air gets sucked out of the room. The place is packed, reporters scribbling notes, neighbors wiping tears, the Brinks family staring at this guy who shattered their world. He's in an orange jumpsuit, no lawyer listed yet, and the judge hits him with 2 counts of capital murder. In Arkansas, that's the big one. Death penalty or life without parole. Prosecutor Brandon Carter doesn't mince words. He tells the press, "This case has aggravators. We're not backing down. A jury's gonna decide his fate." Megan's held without bond. Arraignment set for August 25th. And police are still combing through evidence. Blood from his Kia Stinger, clothes from his house, maybe even looking for that knife. The DNA is already a lock, but they're building a case that's bulletproof. What's eating everyone alive though is the why. Police keep saying it was random, no link between Megan and the Brinks. That's the part that keeps me up at night. A guy just decides to stab 2 people on a trail for no reason. I checked X, and there were posts throwing around wild ideas. Some said he was targeting the kids, others claimed he had a sketchy past, but police shut that down. Megan's record was clean. Sure, he had a hiccup in Texas back in 2023, put on leave for classroom stuff, maybe favoring certain students, but nothing criminal. Nothing that screams killer. He taught 5th grade for God's sake, graduated from Oklahoma State in 2022, worked in Oklahoma, then moved to Springdale. He was even hired as a teacher candidate for the local schools but hadn't started. So what flipped the switch? Colonel Mike Hager from the Arkansas State Police put it best. Right now it's senseless. We're still digging for a motive. That word, senseless, it hits like a brick. It's like the 2021 Utah murders, where Kylan Schulte and Crystal Turner were killed camping, and it took forever to figure out why. Random violence in a place you go to feel free? It's a gut punch. For the Brinks family, that unanswered question makes the grief even heavier. Their statement at a vigil in Prairie Grove just broke me. Clinton and Cristen died heroes protecting their little girls. Their love will live on. Those girls, 7, 9 and an older sister who wasn't there, are with family now. But imagine what they're carrying. Losing your parents like that, seeing it happen, it's unimaginable. The community is hurting deep. Devil's Den isn't just a park, it's where people take their kids to fish, couples get engaged, families camp under the stars. Now it's a crime scene. Trails still closed as of August 5th, 2025. Rangers are patrolling like it's a lockdown. I talked to a friend in Fayetteville, and she said her kids won't even ride their bikes alone anymore. That's what this does. It steals your peace. Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders called it horrific, promising the state would come down hard. Diana Gonzalez-Worthen, a local legislator, said it felt like someone ripped the heart out of a place meant for joy. Local businesses, campgrounds, coffee shops are ghost towns now. Fear's taken over. But here's the thing, Arkansas didn't just sit in that fear, they showed up. A vigil in Prairie Grove brought out hundreds, candles glowing against the night. There's a memorial near the park, flowers, handwritten notes, a little teddy bear for the girls. One note read, "You saved your girls, rest in peace." Friends told stories that make you smile through the tears. Clinton was the dad who'd tell the worst dad jokes just to see his girls laugh. Cristen was the nurse who'd sing to patients in the ER, making them feel human. A co-worker told CNN about Cristen staying late to comfort someone. Just because it was right, that's who they were, real beautiful people. Walmart, based in nearby Bentonville, started a fund for the girls. The University of Arkansas opened counseling for students shaken by the news. It's like the whole state said, "We've got you." But as the trial looms, there's still so much hanging in the air. Will we ever know why Megan did this? Will a jury's verdict bring any kind of peace? True crime stories like this, they're not just about the crime. They're about the people left behind, the love that outlives the pain, the fight to make things right. And that's where you come in. This case isn't over, not by a long shot. If you were at Devil's Den State Park on July 26, 2025, or if you've got anything, a photo, a video, even a memory that feels off, call Arkansas State Police at 501-618-TIPS or hit the link in the description. Those girls, their family, they need every piece of the truth. And if this story hit you like it hit me, don't let it fade. Share this video, drop a comment, tell someone about Clinton and Cristen, their courage, their love. It's bigger than this tragedy. Let's keep their names alive because they fought for their girls and now we can fight for them. Subscribe, join this community, and let's make sure the world never forgets the Brinks. Justice starts with us.